Today we're going to show you how an attorney with no camera experience went from using this to using this and helped Darcizzle become one of the most popular saltwater fishing anglers in the world with hundreds of thousands of followers and millions of views and impressions on social media every single month. It all began about 5 years ago when Darcy and I started fishing together. Now she started posting pictures on Instagram like a lot of girls do with their fishes, and that's great. And she started getting a little bit of attention. So we started using, the iPhone. And that's a great place to start. This is my iPhone now. It's the 6S, and I still use it quite a bit. You can take great pictures. You can take video. The audio is not that great, and I actually still use it for a lot of time-lapse stuff in the car. So really, if you guys are out there and you want to start taking pictures and going on Instagram and even doing a YouTube channel, just start with the iPhone and get moving. I have it in this little case. You can see it has a sticker on the back. We are sponsored by Salt Life Optics, but the main thing is we're on a boat and it's white and it keeps it nice and cool. So I'm going to throw in some of my little particular tips along the way. But if you guys boat or whatever you're doing, if you're not on a boat, some of those things may be a little different. So don't be afraid to get started with your iPhone. Darcy started getting pretty popular on Instagram fairly fast, and we started thinking that, hey, maybe we can get some free t-shirts or some lures out of this. So that was great. And so we want to start taking a little bit better pictures. And the first thing I bought was this Nikon Coolpix. This is waterproof. It's got a screen on the back, so you can, a display in the back, so you can see what's going on. It takes videos and pictures. I, to this day, love this camera. I don't use it that much because I think all the batteries are dead because I need to get new ones from Amazon. But this is a great tool to have, and just a little camera to have, to carry around. GoPros. Everybody's using GoPros, right? I started using GoPros too, and I still use them a little bit today. So let me go over those a little bit. Now, I want to start off with GoPros are a very particular tool, and I don't think they're the greatest for a full-blown channel, but it's a great place to get started. I have about 3 or 4 of these darn things because I put them all over the boat sometimes. The 3 Plus, this is kind of the main one I've been using for a long time. These are great cameras. Again, there's a couple problems. One, because of the the way the lens is, it's kind of like a bubble lens, so you really can't see far away. So it's really for close-up stuff. Also, the audio is terrible, which I have a little bit of a fix for you. And also, at least the 3, there's no screen on the back, so you can't frame your shots at all. Okay, so moving on. Next, they came out with the 4. This is just a regular 4, and as you know, it has an LCD screen on the back. So now I can frame my shots. I can also take some really cool pictures with this now. I could take pictures before, but if you can't frame your shots in the display, they come out looking like junk. And now I can really get some cool shots, so that's awesome. Now, I talked about audio on the GoPro a little bit. Now here's what I do. You can buy an adapter that goes from the plug to a microphone jack, 3.5 millimeter. You get that from Amazon. I have it plugged into the side here, and then I got a little microphone. This just plugs right in. All of my gear and all our gear that we use is going to be in this description below with the Amazon links, and you can go to Amazon. And a little side bet, that really helps Darcy out a lot, because every time you use her gateway to buy anything on Amazon, even your Christmas shopping, she gets a little percentage, and it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps her. Anyway, I get all this stuff on Amazon. So we got a microphone, it clicks in here. I put a little furry thing on here. This is to protect the wind. And I bought a case. It's an open case, so you can get the audio. And I painted it white again because it gets hot. So, and I got this thing. Again, this is all going to be in the description. And I can put this on my T-top. I can click this on almost anything. And now I got a backup camera, so I can run around shooting. And I got another angle. And I'm also picking up a little audio. So this is really good. And even somebody else, like Quiet Frank or Darcy, can frame this while someone's shooting. So that's the GoPro style. All right, next we started getting a little bit of audio. You can't really have a great video without audio, otherwise you just have like a highlight reel. So I bought a Canon Vixia model. They have a whole bunch of different models. This is the HF50, and I used it for quite a while and took a bunch of videos. Again, I'm inexperienced. I didn't know anything about shooting video or taking pictures when I started. I'm an attorney by trade, and so was trying to go through stuff and see how it wored. So this worked for a good amount of time. Our next camera, you can see we moved up a little bit. This is a Sony Nx30. This is about $1,500 piece of machinery. The audio, we got this big shotgun mic on here. It's got the levels on here. This takes awesome audio. The video camera, this is what they call a pro consumer camera, in between the guys at Best Buy and a professional. This flips out. It's got a touch screen on here. It has great zoom. I still use this camera for zooming far away, for night stuff. It really does quite well. Right now it's kind of my backup camera, and you guys may not want to get into this based on what I tell you after, but and it also has a stabilizing lens, which kind of goes on its own axis. But you can look all this stuff up. I'm not going to go over the specs. Again, I don't even know what the heck I'm doing half the time, but this is what I use next, and it's quite a serious piece of machinery. My next evolution was into the DSLRs. That's a digital camera with a lens on it. Now, we go out on all these trips, and I started, I see other photographers like Sam Root, other production companies, all kinds of stuff. Darcy's on the television shows, and I see what's going on out there, and a lot of the filmmakers out there are using their digital DSLRs. So this is an entry-level Canon. It's a T5i. I used it for a little bit. I shot mostly on automatic because, again, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. But now my cameras are getting a little bit better, and things are going pretty good. I'm starting to learn a little bit. So this is the T5i, and the issues with this was we had some audio issues, which I didn't really know how to figure out, and the focus on this isn't really that great. You get a lot of what they call soft focus, which means you're not really in focus. So Darcy's not in focus, and that's bad. So moving on to the next camera. All right, guys. Now at this point, we're up to a fairly serious professional piece of equipment. I watch this stuff on YouTube. I see what other people are doing, and this is pretty much what everyone's using right now. All your little bass channels are using this. This is basically the Casey Neistat vlogging kit. And if you know who Casey is, he's a very influential vlogger, and this is what he uses. I was using a lot of this before, but here we are. All right, let's start. We got this Joby tripod thing. This you can put it almost anywhere. This is honestly the most high quality one. Up on top, you see we got a microphone. This is a Rode Video Mic Pro. It has a switch on here for on or off, and also to increase the power of the volume up to 20 decibels higher. That's very important for your DSLR. The other Rode camera mic does not have that feature. You don't want that one. You want the Rode Video Mic Pro. And then I got this windsock on here, which helps quite a bit. The camera, very important. This is the Canon 70D. This is the camera everyone's using. And why is that? Well, it's a good camera, but the most important thing on this camera for video folks is the focus. This thing has an incredible, highly technological, advanced focus where it follows the subject. It's right on Darcy's face, and we get the nice focus on her, on this, whatever the subject is, and in the back you get what we call that bokeh. That means it's blurry in the back. It gives that professional quality look. All right. So that's really the deal. With the audio on a DSLR, it's terrible. Okay, it has this little hiss. So what you do is, and this you can find YouTube videos on this all over the place. You go in your camera. You go into manual. You turn down the gain on the automatic gain thing in there down to almost zero. 4 or 5 clicks from the left to the right. There's YouTube videos in this. I'm not going to get into it. So you put it on manual. You lower the gain. You put on your mic. You turn up the gain with that nice switch I told you, goes up to 20 plus decibels. And now we're getting great audio. All right. The lens, very important. I don't know much about lenses, and I can't afford lenses. Let me tell you. I use the kit lens, which that's the lens that comes with the camera usually. And I got a nice. The only lens I've really bought is a wide-angle lens. That's so I can get really close. I can get the fish. Now we're on small boats. We're on a 23-foot boat. We're on a little flats boat. Get close up. I can get those pictures. Otherwise I got to stand a mile away. And not only I can't get her in the shot, I also can't get the audio well because I got wind, I got waves. I'm all over the freaking place. So that is what everyone's doing. This is the top of the line thing. I don't know if you want to get there. Again, you can just start with your phone. Now I'm going to go over a couple of the accessories I didn't touch on before. All right, now if you guys have any questions about any of this equipment, feel free to ask in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer any of this stuff. I'm going to go over a couple of the accessories that I failed to mention, and some of the useful things that you might want to do. But accessories are very personal depending on your boat, what you're filming, where you're filming. You might not even be fishing a filming show. One of my favorite things is this little clamp. It goes on your iPhone, and it's got a screw in the back. Now I can attach this to that Joby before, the tripod, or any tripod to hold my camera up, and that's real good for my iPhone. We can set it up in the car. Maybe you've seen some of my videos. We have a lot of car footage. GoPro accessories. There's a gabillion of them. We don't do the chest thing or the head thing because I'm filming a girl. They want to see the girl, man. They don't want to see a shot of her hands catching a reel like these other fit bass guys. Accessories for that. Main thing I'll mention is this handle here. I have 2 lengths of this, a really long one also. This is a sure hold handle from like the boat owner's warehouse. And they have this attachment that clicks on here. Works out really great for the boat because it's aluminum and it's stiff. Some of these poles you get for the GoPros are really wobbly and the thing's gonna just wobble around. So that's pretty good accessories for that. If you want to get serious into it, now the girl I'm filming is always in a bikini. I'm on a boat, so this might not apply, but we also have professional level lavalier microphones. This is by Sennheiser. This is pretty much the industry standard, and you can use these in a professional movie. So this is great stuff, and if anybody wants to hire us to do anything, we have the professional equipment. All right. Another big addition, the drone. All right, this is a Phantom 4 drone. I really honestly got this after watching Casey. I probably, I wanted to get one anyway, but he really gave me the impetus to get it. So we got a Phantom 4 drone. You've seen the shots. Works great. I'm in sunny Florida. You got to get a filter on these things. All right. I use mostly a 4 and an 8 and a polarized. I've tried a bunch of different filters. They're a little bit expensive. Just get the ones from Phantom. Okay. They fit better on the gimbal. I've had problems balancing the gimbal with the other ones. They might be a little more expensive, but the polarized, and they have the N8 or the N4, if you camera guys know what I'm talking about. I just barely do. Another thing I like to use is this handle. With this handle, I can put the camera here, the mic up here, and then I can put the flash on top, so I got everything in one spot, because I take pictures on the go when we're fishing. Which brings me to the flash. I use a Canon 430 EX flash. I really don't know how to use it that great, but it's really great to take the flash. Makes your pictures on the boat in the bright sun even better, because the flash takes out, if you can do it right, and depending on the circumstances, you can get out a lot of those shadows from the Florida sun. So don't forget to try and use a flash, guys, if you're out there trying to take a picture. I think that's really the gist of it. Again, if you guys have any questions, in the comments. And tomorrow I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing some fishing, and then in 2 days on Saturday we're going to go alligator hunting. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have a great time. Again, questions in the comments. Be sure to follow your dream and keep on catching.